A rural Japanese town voted its sole female councillor out of her seat after she accused its mayor of sexual assault. The public referendum over whether she had damaged the town's reputation highlighted the backlash against women who come forward with allegations of sexual abuse.
Here's a summary of the article.
A rural Japanese town voted its sole female councillor out of her seat after she accused its mayor of sexual assault. The public referendum over whether she had damaged the town's reputation highlighted the backlash against women who come forward with allegations of sexual abuse. Women's rights activists said it served as an example of how women who come forward with allegations of sexual abuse are generally treated in Japan. The mayor, who presides over the town council, then took the issue to the assembly, urging Arai to provide evidence. The council then voted to expel the councillor for degrading the assembly. In the weeks leading up to the vote, dozens of posters accusing her of harming the town's reputation, through her words and deeds, popped up around the town, including at bus stops, hotels and public car parks. It is rare in Japan for victims of sexual assault to come forward with their stories.
This post received a score of 48,000, with an upvote ratio of 89%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
The facts need to be established through judicial investigations, not by a popular vote. Sex crimes are a human rights issue. The voice of an alleged victim should not be suppressed by the power of the majority, she told France 24 in an email.
The problem is that there isn't enough evidence for most sex crimes.
It's almost impossible to know a woman who hasn't been sexual assaulted in some way, shape or form here. Be it groping on a train, power harassment from bosses, male friends feeling entitled to sex. Women here are often told it's better to pretend things never happened, even by female officers, because it can bring shame to you or your family publicly. Also, there have been many cases where women will be made to feel guilty, like it's their fault for getting molested on a train. There is plenty of evidence for sex crimes here, but unfortunately Japan rather keep it hush-hush, regardless of the effects it has on the female population's mental health and well-being. Japan, while successful at modernizing technologically, never modernized socially, and I wonder when it and the rest of the world will do so.
I think the thing people tend to forget about Japan is that we only became a modern, democratic nation because we lost World War II, not because people wanted change. Most everyone I know here aren't particularly interested in social issues like diversity and equality, and would much rather people shut up and go with the status quo.
You're right. I think of Japan as modern and advanced. Sad to reassess.
There is a very authoritarian aspect to Japan, with harsh punishment for young people who want to introduce change. The author Genichiro Takahashi, who wrote Sayonara, Gangsters, was imprisoned for half a year for being a student radical. I am mentioning the book because it's amazing, even in translation.
Thank you.
He told France 24 that while judicial investigations had yet to conclude, a recall vote was necessary, to stop her from continuing to spread falsehood around the world. The mayor says that this public referendum was, to stop her from spreading falsehoods around the world. I get the complicated, maybe he did maybe he didn't, nature of this, but how does that reason work out in practicality? Like, how does her position as a town councillor allow her to spread her message around the world any better than anyone else, town councillor or not, on the internet who posts or writes books? Does she get more bandwidth or something in that position? Does she lose computer access without the position? It seems more like retribution against her for the accusation, not to prevent the spread of her message, unless someone can tell me how removing her from that position actually stops her from engaging with the world on this.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.